The certified letter arrived on a Tuesday. She recognized the return address from the missed calls. Same city, same unfamiliar name she hadn't spoken in 20 years. She signed for it at her desk while a coworker discussed weekend plans, set it unopened in her bag, finished the workday. At home, she made tea first, let it steep, sat at the kitchen table with the afternoon light falling across the envelope like it mattered, like sunlight could soften legal language. Her mother had died 3 weeks ago. The estate required her presence. Her father requested a meeting. The lawyer's phrasing suggested neither grief nor apology, just procedure. Just forms that needed filling and a name that legally still connected. She called the number, made the appointment, said nothing to anyone. The train ride took 2 hours. She watched fields turn to suburbs turn to city. Remembered sitting on a bench at 12, counting trains, believing each one might bring them back, believing the joke would end. Believing love didn't leave without explanation. She was the only one who returned. The lawyer's office occupied the 3rd floor of a building that smelled like carpet cleaner and old files. A receptionist smiled, offered water. She declined, sat in a chair that faced a door and waited without counting minutes. Her father entered first, followed by the lawyer. He looked smaller than memory allowed, shorter, softer. Hands that hadn't searched for her now, folded on the conference table like they'd given up searching for anything. The lawyer spoke first. Procedural things, her mother's wishes, a small inheritance. Nothing dramatic, nothing that could repay a childhood. Then her father slid an envelope across the table. Inside, a train ticket. Round trip, 2 seats. The date matched the night she'd waited alone on that bench. We were coming back, he said, voice quiet, careful. The joke was we'd hide, watch you figure it out. Be proud of how smart you were. But the train left and we couldn't find you, and then we were too scared to. She held the ticket, examined the perforated edges, the faded ink. 20 years of preservation in an envelope that proved nothing except they knew how to keep things. You hid for 20 years. Her voice didn't shake, didn't rise. That's not fear. That's choosing silence every single day. The lawyer studied his notes. Her father's mouth moved without sound. She placed the ticket back on the table, centered it perfectly between them. You had my name, you had my mother's name, you had phones, directories, the internet, you had 20 years of mornings to make one phone call. Instead, you kept a ticket and called it love. She stood. The lawyer started to speak about disbursement. She raised one hand. He stopped. I don't want anything you kept. The door closed behind her without force. Just a click. Just finish. She walked to the station, bought a ticket back, sat on the same bench while waiting, green slats replaced with plastic now, but the same spot, same view of the tracks, same afternoon light. A train arrived, she boarded, watched the city shrink through the window, became a dot, became nothing. That night she dreamed she was on the train looking out at a small girl on a bench. The girl watched the train pass, didn't wave, didn't cry, just sat with her backpack and waited for something that had already left. She woke before the dream ended, made coffee, got dressed, went to work. 29 missed calls, 1 preserved ticket, 2 parents who believed preservation was the same as return. She didn't forgive them, didn't hate them either. Somewhere between those 2 feelings was a third thing, the quiet recognition that love could be real and insufficient simultaneously. That people could mean to come back and still never arrive. She deleted the lawyer's number, let the inheritance go unclaimed. Let the story end not in reconciliation or revenge, but in the simple dignity of someone who finally stopped waiting for a train that never planned to stay.